Yarnie friends. I'm Sara Sach, and it's Friday, so you know what that means. Friday fun with Sara. I'm super happy to do this video. I know everyone probably just ate way too much food yesterday and had way too much time with family and friends, right? Well, I have a project for you today that you can do with the kids, with family, with anybody, and it's a great way to personalize as well. And what they are these fun Jingle Bell tassel ornaments. It doesn't take very many supplies. You can get in your bead stash and come up with some fun beads, your ribbons, and your yarn, and jingle bells. They're really super easy to make. And even if the kids have a little trouble maybe with the trimming or the wrapping, you can help them with that. And they can pick out all their other pieces and things. All right. And so it's just a really, really fun little project. Now you can find all the instructions for the project and the materials list and all of that stuff on that blog that I always put underneath our videos. Now let's go find out what we need. There's lots of different ways that you can make these as far as supplies go. The yarn we're using is any medium weight number 4 yarn, and I made a green one and a silver one, so I decided for our demo today I want to make a red one. Now I'm using sparkle yarn, you don't have to. And I made them in bright Christmas colors. You can do blues and greens or beiges or purples, whatever's going to match your holiday decorations. And that's where, if you're making this with kids, they can choose a favorite color from your yarn stash. Medium weight number 4 yarn. Now I also have some ribbons here, and you can see they're different sizes, different colors, and so we're using the ribbon just to add to the center after we make the tassel. So you only need a piece that's about maybe 16 to 24 inches long, and then we trim it on the edges. All right, so the ribbon size is of course again up to you. You'll also notice I have this bag here that has different sizes of jingle bells. I've got different colors. I've got gold and silver, green and red. Some are big, some are small. I put 1 jingle bell on each one. And again, they can add more than 1 jingle bell. And I purchased all of these at the local Dollar Tree. They were purchased last year. And they have a bunch there this year because I walked through there with my grandgirls the other day. All right, now beads. I used 3 beads on the top. And you can, size doesn't matter either. You can use these big wooden beads. You can use pony beads, any kind of beads that you have on hand. And you can match them to whatever you're doing. I've even got smiley beads and heart beads in here. All different colors of wooden beads. Yeah, I like beads too. It's not just buttons and yarn. All right, and I only put 3 beads. You can put more. Put some crystal beads. I do have some of those in here somewhere. Well, no, that's more gold and silver beads. Let's see. Well, I do have some more crystal beads in here somewhere. And more jingle bells. Here's some gold ones. And I'm pretty sure I got these at the Dollar Tree as well. So just get in your yarn stash, your ribbon stash, your bead stash, or even your buttons. You can always add a button and make them yours. They're super easy to make. I'm going to show you first how to make a template for how to make the tassel, and then we'll put it all together with the different components. I'm going to be making a red one. I'm going to use this plaid ribbon for my ribbon, and I'll see if I can come up with some red and black beads in there. We'll see. I have a lot of beads in there. All right, so dig out your beads, dig out your bells, dig out your ribbon and some yarn, and we'll get started. But there's 2 more things that you need. A good sturdy pair of scissors so we can trim the bottom of our tassel. And you're going to need a needle. And we'll need that needle to be able to go through the beads that you chose, because we'll need to thread them on when we begin. All right? All right, let's have some fun. So the first thing we need to do is make a template so that all of our tassels, or tassels as my grandmother always said, are the same size. All right, so I just have a piece of cardboard I had left over from some packing that came in. And so you're going to need a piece of cardboard And you can take this like off the box, off a cereal box or any box in your cabinet to use. It doesn't have to be real sturdy, just sturdy enough to wrap yarn around. And what I do is I'll measure out about 1.5 inches, 2 inches, like this. We'll mark it at 2 inches. And then I'll measure down 5 inches on that line. Like that. All right, now I'm going to grab my other scissors, not my fabric scissors, and I'm just going to cut that. And if you want different size tassels, you can make them different lengths. It just makes it nice and easy and a little bit more uniform to make them all the same size. Now, when I do this, I'll write on there what size that is. So I'll put 2 by 5 like that. That tells me it's 2 inches this way and 5 inches this way. All right, so that's how you make your template. So now we're going to wrap our yarn, and I just stick it on here. Let's move my tape measure out of the way. We'll hold it with my thumb and just start wrapping. And I like to wrap about 25 to 30. If you want your tassel to be thicker, wrap more. If you want it to be a little bit thinner, wrap less. All right, let's do a couple more wraps. All right, now I started down here. I left that little tail sticking out. And so I'm going to take my scissors and cut that. Now I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to cut 2 pieces that are about 12 inches long. All right. Now, before I cut this, I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to take one of these. I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to thread it onto my needle. There we go. And before I do anything else, let's make sure it's nice and even. And I'm going to about 2.5 inches down make a knot. That's going to be the top of our hanger. All right. Now I'm going to grab the beads that I chose. And I chose 4 for this one, just to be a little bit different. I'm going to bead on a red one. Oopsie. 2 black ones. There we go. That one wanted to roll away. I like to push the top bead over the knot. And then I'll push the rest up, and then I'll make another knot. All right, so there's the top of our hanger. We've got our loop and we've got our beads on, and now we need to attach our tassel. So this is ready to go. We're going to set that there because we're going to need it again in just a second. We're going to grab those wraps. I'm going to put my hand inside just to grab those, and then we'll come down here at the bottom and cut them. So here is my tassel. We're going to take this, put this on here, try to get it as even as possible. And we're going to tie that on. And you know I like to do 3 knots, make sure it's going to stay put. Tie it nice and secure. Now we're going to take that and close it on that knot where we tied that. There we go. Push your beads down there. And now we'll take the second piece of yarn that we cut, and lay that on there. And I'm going about 1.5 inches down, not very far. We want to tie this nice and secure. And you'll notice these will be longer and you don't want to cut those, okay? Leave those attached. And so now it looks like this. So the next thing I'm going to do before I trim it is I'm going to go ahead and add a ribbon. And I'm going to cut off probably more than I need. I always like to have a little extra in case I put my bow crooked or something. And you can decide where you want the front to be. What side looks the best? Again, don't trim this just yet. All right. So we'll just put that down there and add our bow. Alrighty, and I'm doing that what I call double dog ears. I think it makes nice bows. Let's play with it till it's the way we like it. There we go. That ribbon turned around there. Alright, so there's my bow. I'm going to go ahead and trim those edges so they have a nice little point to them. Alright, so now the bow is on. Okay, we're going to take these two and pull those up, and now we're going to trim the bottom. And I just kind of pull it forward and trim straight across. Then I'll take it and kind of shake it, see if it's the way I like it. I see a few that are still too long. And so I'll just do it again and just trim off a few of those that are, you know, just a little too long. All right, so let's move our mess off here. And the last thing that we need to add is our jingle bell. Now, you can add a button if you want to the front here, or even some beads to the ribbon. If you want, you could add extra beads to the tassel. But the last thing we're going to add is the jingle bell. So we're going to take these two long ones that we left attached, grab our bell and our needle. All right, so we're going to grab one of these long tails. We'll go through the back of that thingy there. There we go. I want to push that up. I like them to sit like right in the bottom of the skirt of the tassel, I guess you would call that. I like to do a couple of knots, not buttons. There we go. Clip that off. And now I have a Jingle Bell tassel ornament with beads. Here's the green one. And here is the silver one. The silver one I did less wrap, so you can see it's a little bit thinner. And all three of them have a different personality. And that's where you can make these to someone's personality. Like this one has snowman ribbons. This has that buffalo plaid. And we got red polka dots. I mean, this would be great for someone who likes Minnie Mouse, right? Because she's always wearing a red polka dot dress. If someone has a lot of buffalo plaid ornaments, this would be a good one to make for them. And you can use all different kinds of ribbons and colors of yarn. It's just a super fun project that you can do together as a family. It's not hard, it's fun, and it works up super quick. Isn't that a super fun project? I just love the one I just made with the buffalo plaid. The bell's not as loud as some of the other ones though. Okay, so there's that one. There's the green one. Get that close to the microphone so you can hear it. And here's the silver one. And like I said, you can personalize these to your Christmas decorations and have a lot of fun with them. Change your ribbons, change your yarn, different kinds of beads and buttons and just have fun. It's a great family project. And it's also great if you've got a group of kids. Maybe they're not super crafty. They don't want to learn to crochet or knit, or they're not great with cutting things out of shapes like felt and stuff. This is a really great group project as well. All right, so let's make some more and let's have some fun. And I'll see you next week for Friday Fun Day. Bye-bye now.